What is up, everybody? Here's my update so far on my tiny toy hauler. It is starting to look way different and partially finished in some spots. So let me start with the insulation. I went to the store to get some more of that R Max, the reflective side insulation, and they were sold out. I was really bummed because it has R6, whereas this other stuff has R5. This stuff is $25 a sheet. The other, the R Max is $20, so it's cheaper. And it's got a reflective barrier on it. What is it called? I'm drawing a blank on that. Radiant barrier on one side of the cheaper stuff. And so I was kind of bummed, but I didn't want to have to, everything. It seems like when something's sold out, it may be sold out for weeks. And so I was already at the store. I already had my trailer, so I just got one of those more expensive ones. It's a little bit cleaner for cutting, it felt like, but I don't know. I don't like it as much. I'm not going to get it if I have the choice. XPS versus, I guess the other stuff's called closed cell foam. Anyway, I'm not completely done with the backside because I'm still trying to get all my wiring figured out. I got the wiring coming up. Here, let me show you. It's in the side of this hatch. It comes up out of the floor. That was just, I just estimated whenever I ran that up. I drilled a hole through the frame whenever I ran the wires when I was building the frame. And so I have a little cross piece going here, a diagonal for extra strength. And so I just ran it inside and ran into the wall. That may be cheesy, but it's in my storage hatch, so I'm not too worried about it. And then that comes in here. I ran all I did wire nuts. I soldered each one of those, and so the wire nuts is just to kind of help keep it all blocked. And then I ran electrical tape around it. That's going to be, it's not going to get wet. It's not going to be exposed to the elements. I've got my wires here and I have the purple one is a reverse light. And I had to run an independent ground wire because this isn't going to be metal. So I had to make sure the lights that I ordered have a ground wire and it's not grounded through the frame, which I'm pretty sure the lights that I ordered have that capability. I need to measure where this is at. And so whenever I actually go to mount the light, I know where to drill the hole at to find my wires. So let me see, I have the wiring coming up. I ended up putting another plug on the back side. I kind of thought about that. I was like, why not? I'm going to also put a 12-volt plug here. Let's see, I need to put marker lights. I don't know if this is required, but I kind of thought about it and I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, now's the time to do it. So I'm going to do the marker light where you've got one on each corner and then 3 in the middle. So that's what these wires are for. I have to tap off. I ran out of those little blue splicer things, and so I need to splice and run some wires and just leave them hanging. Again, measure where those were at so that whenever I actually go to mount the lights, I know where to drill and I can fish through and find those wires. Let's see, I set a plug there. The other one comes over here. Another marker light here, and then my other turn signal light. Again, I'm still working on that. I have to get that done before I can finish insulating. This side is pretty much completely finished with insulation and all that. I left a gap here because same thing, I'm going to have an outdoor light strip coming in, and so I'll just drill a hole here, which will give me that little bit of gap to work with. This is not going to be a plug, it's just a junction box, so I can fish the wires up in there and wire nut them later when I get to that point. I don't have the lights on right now, but in another video I think I showed those lights. So this thing is just going to go into that junction box and get wired in. So in that junction box, I have the interior light switch, the exterior light switch, and a ground wire. Same thing over there. I've got the interior light wire. The shelf, I'm thinking I'm going to have butt up to this. I'm going to put a little shelf in here that my EcoFlow sits in. I'm thinking I'm just going to have it either butt up to this or overlap it a little bit. So this, I can just bring that in, cut and splice and wire it in. I got a lot to do with my wiring here to make that look a little more presentable, but it all should be doable. They all terminate here. So you can see I did get the bed framed out. It's not completely done yet. But it's relatively solid. I just have those 2x4s sitting there just to kind of help me estimate. You know, I'm sitting on it right now. It seems to be solid, but I still have to frame up the where that's gonna, you know, the hatch, so it's separate from the rest of the camper. I'm gonna get some more of that hard, I'm sure I have some scrap underlayment that will fit and block it in, and then I'll paint it the same color that I painted that, just to kind of give it a little bit of a contrast. When that's done, I'll set a piece of hardboard along the top where the bed's actually gonna sit, so that way it, you know, I don't dip down into each one of those cross members. And then I'll take a 1x4 and set it on this thing and screw it in, and that'll give it just a little bit more rigidity. Not that it needs it. It does seem like it has a little bit of flex when I sit in it, but I would like it to be a little more stout so that that will also pair as a chair. So when I come in, I can sit on the bed, and that's my seat. Let's see, I got the frame cut out for my roof fan. The other thing I have been working on is the actual roofing. For some reason, every single day that I've had to that I've been like, okay, it's time to go out and start cutting this wood, it's been crazy windy, and I hate cutting wood in the wind. So I did a little bit of it today, off and on, but I kind of got fed up with the wind, so I'm just gonna wait. Maybe tomorrow won't be windy, we'll see. I got this piece cut. It's the reflective, the radiant barrier stuff. I got some more cutting to do that. You know, it's not perfect, but it doesn't really have to be, because my poor man's fiberglass is going to wrap a little bit, and then I'm gonna have corner trim, so you're probably not even gonna tell that there's a gap, hopefully. The other thing that I was working on is the poor man's fiberglass. This was my first attempt. I'm gonna do a video just specifically on what I'm doing here, but it seems like it looks okay. Hopefully it's still curing. I just did that maybe about 30 minutes to an hour ago. So what I did was I wrapped it. So the bottom, you know, the side I'm not gonna see. I don't care as much about. All I care about is that it's waterproof. I said in a previous video, what I'm going to do, this piece here is going to sit on this, and it's already all cut up and framed and everything. I'm going to put some butyl tape along the bottom and then stick it up and screw it in so it smashes into that butyl tape, and then the bottom inch or so of the inside is weatherproof. So even if something does end up kind of touching the bottom half, or you know, just the bottom portion of that, it shouldn't be able to wick in. The door was the one I'm a little more concerned about, because you can kind of see that it's not perfectly level aligned, the wall and stuff. So hopefully that butyl tape is enough to absorb any of the gap. And then I think I could see daylight when I set the door up here, but that should go away once the siding's on, because even if there's a little bit of a gap here, nothing should be getting up into that little gap area. The corner may be a little bit different, but same story. Once the side and the back are on, and those are fiberglass together, the only spot water can come in is through the bottom, and hopefully that butyl tape is going to be sandwiched in enough to prevent anything like that from happening. So that's my update for so far. I did order a couple of solar panels. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with my solar panels. I'm still kind of undecided. I ordered two, I think they were Dokio brand, D-O-I-K-O or something like that, off eBay. Flexible solar panels. Every review I've heard said stay away from flexible solar panels. They suck. Here's all the things that are bad about them. Unfortunately, the pros in my case kind of outweighed the cons. I really want it to be low profile. I don't know. I feel like if I put an actual panel up on this, the glass panels, the wind resistance is going to kind of kill any benefit I would get from a solar panel. But I kind of want solar, because I have EcoFlows and I have Jackeries that are perfect for being charged on solar. I mean, this whole setup is actually really lends itself to being solar powered. You know, and that the AC unit pulls about 300 watts, so 400 watts of panels would I would be able to run that AC as long as the sun was out. I mean, it seems like a win-win to me. So I got to at least do something. So I ordered 2 solar panels of a Chinese manufacturer brand name. I mean, they say they're good. Who knows? You just don't really know with this kind of stuff. I've had a lot of different solar panels, and I've had good luck with all of them so far. So hopefully this isn't a bad situation. But anyway, there's I think his name's Brian on YouTube. I'll put a link to his video. He's shown a more recent way that he's gone about kind of combating a lot of the problems with the flexible solar panels. So I'm going to incorporate his ideas. I have room for 3 of them. And so what I'm trying to decide is I ordered 2 of the cheap Dokios, and then I kind of started kicking myself like, why did I do that? Why didn't I just pay a little bit more and get a name brand like the Renogy? I can't even pronounce it, but it's a name brand, Renogy. And so then I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just also get one Renogy. And I have room up on this roof for 3 of them. I could put a 3rd one up here. So maybe I'll do that, and then, you know, it'll kind of be like a review. You know, are the more expensive solar panels really worth it? And I can kind of periodically test them, see how they last longevity wise. You know, maybe after a year, the Dokios are terrible and the Renogy is good. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still trying to decide what to do there. I may or may not. But I am going to put just back there on the back here where my, you know, my marker light probably, you know, maybe right here, I'll put one of those external solar ports so I can just plug the solar panels in, you know, and not have to go through the roof. I'll go through the ceiling. I was also experimenting with the different the roof membrane material I got from my dad. Another video will be posted shortly dealing with my experimentation with that. Hopefully that all works out. That would be great because that's one less thing I'd have to buy. So that's all for today's video. Hopefully you liked it. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Consider subscribing if you want to see more videos about my tiny toy hauler. And feel free to leave any comments, questions, or anything. I read those and I do respond to them. Thanks for watching.